They cooked. Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the new expansion Wisdom Sea and Sky, officially here, announced in Pokemon TCG Pocket. Now it's funny to me that the actual thing came out the day later, because the day before everybody was crying, complaining, wondering what happened in the Pokemon Presents. In the entirety of the 24 minutes, there was completely nothing in regarding to Pocket. I had no clue why. It was only the regular IRL TCG, talking about the Mega Evolution. However, I think what happened is that they wanted to promote this because the idea was this was scheduled literally today. However, the actual announcement came 2 days early for the presents, and so they didn't really know how to put this video inside of the Pokemon Presents because it was already scheduled to be in July 24th. However, they just decided, you know what, let's just add our good old new puzzle game, Pokemon Friends. I don't know. It's interesting. It's good for, I guess, the kids, but you know, microtransaction hell. I don't know. But in the entirety of this, no Pocket news. So we were all waiting. We were like, okay, so where's Pocket? It is scheduled 2 days later, but we just found it weird that for whatever reason 2 days later they couldn't just add it to the presents. Who cares? Like 9 days later instead of just the regular 7. Well, what is it, like the July 24th, and it's scheduled to coming July 29th, but really it's July 30th at 1 a.m. typically reset time. They want 6 to 7 days around the same time, so like 8 days. They should have just added it into the actual thing, but I don't know, it just felt weird. So the Italian channel decided, you know what, we thought it was in the trailer, so let's just release the trailer. So we got most of the leaks, but the actual official channel here is here. So we got all, 15 cards revealed in this trailer. Fully translate, I mean, it's already English translated. So let's evaluate each one of these. Let's start with Lugia EX. Turns out that I didn't switch scenes, but we're back. Alright, Lugia EX, it's regarded as, you can add from the 60 deck in a standard TCG ruling. You can really pretty much add any kind of energy you have in the deck as long as it works, really. Well, it could not work. It just, you can fill water, electric, and lightning energy and it would be fine, because typically there's cards that you draw for the energy, and when it comes to using them in battle, you know, it's kind of tough, but you know, it's not as restricted as it is in this game. In this game, however, you know, you have energy zones, and typically when it comes to energy zones, you want to have it consistent with a single type rather than multiple, because we can take it consideration is that some of these guys, I mean, you know, why do we think Dragonite isn't like, it's water electric? Because Dragonite is capable of dealing with 2 energies. Because what's different about this and this is that you can put 2 different energies and it can still work. The energy pool is random when you set it to 2, because you can have one turn you can have water, The next turn you can have electric. Then the next turn you can have another electric. Then the next turn you can have another water, water, electric, electric, water, like, or it could just always be water until like the fourth turn and then it's electric. So it's like random. So for Lugia here, it's like you want 3 consistent wise. I don't know. We will have to see. I mean, they need to. What they probably need to do is kind of add some sort of gimmick with Lugia where you can exchange one of these and convert it to what, like a fire type can convert to a water or anything really, because having the mechanic, the energy zone mechanic tied to this falls into a lot of inconsistencies in my opinion. And plus, once you have everything all that done, you discard the whole thing. So it's like you come in with Lugia, you do the 180, you gotta put Lugia in the bench. You have to. They're like, you can put them in the active slot, but 150 in the current meta is like it's so Valiant food. I mean, I'm sorry, but it just, it is what it is. But I think the design here is, they want you to put it in the bench. They want you to build this guy up somehow with the new cards. But you come in, you snipe them, and you discard everything. It's pretty, I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, 180 for a basic is a lot of damage. But we'll see for Lugia. I mean, the amount of decks you gotta, it's very kind of limited, I'm not gonna lie. Because I personally like colorless energy decks, mostly because they just typically work better. Like Alolan Raichu right here. Why does Alolan Raichu kind of work 3 colorless energy? It needs 3, but they're colorless energy. Colorless energy just, to me, just feels more, it just feels more workable because you got this guy. This guy, turn 1, you can't really even use this guy on this team. Lugia doesn't work with him. So it's like 2 energy, but it's steel type. Lugia can't use steel type. So it's like, typically when it comes to some energies, like, oh, like colorless, it works because of Dialga. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't know about this card. But overall, I think Lugia is good. I mean, 2 retreat cost. It's also typically what we see. 2 retreat costs. Like, this is 3. This guy is 4. Yeah, 2. It's pretty much the standard. Giratina has 2. This guy has 2. Pessimian has 2. This Alamuck has 3. So it's like typical. Arceus has 2. Dialga has 2. Palkia has 2. So yeah, the standard is mostly 2. So, I don't know. This guy, he could be interesting, but we will see. We will see. Ho-Oh EX Fire type, nice. 150, that's good. 2 retreat costs. So it's typically they're the same card, except one is Fire type, one is one is Fire type, one is normal type, or in this case, Flying type. Ho 150, Turbo Phoenix, 3 colorless energy for 80. Now this is good. This is really good. 3 colorless energy. So let's see. Take a fire, water, and electric O from your energy zone and attach it to your basic bench Pokemon anyway. Oh. Okay. Okay, I can see. Okay. So they want you to run these 2 together. Gotcha. Because once you get this up, 80 damage is good. It's pretty decent. It's not the craziest damage ever. It can one-shot a lot of things, but 30 energy is quite a lot. But once you get this up, you put this guy on the bench, you do this guy's ready. This guy dies or you use a leaf, he comes out and he one-shots you. Huh. And then I guess you use another leaf, or you discard everything out. You use another leaf, you go back to this guy. It's I guess you can only do it once, huh? Because like if you leaf, you do that, you leaf, go to this guy. No, you can do it twice. Because you use this once, you leaf, go into this guy, 180, you leaf again, go back to this guy, and then you can just discard your energy, and so you can do a total of 2 times in a fight, typically. But I mean, 3 energy, that's the cost of these 2? Yeah, I think this could work. Wow, okay. So they designed this guy completely around this guy. Interesting. Okay, so it's a Ho-Oh Lugia deck, is what essentially this is. Okay. Yeah. Wow. They really just made this guy just like... This is very, very interesting. Also weak to electric type. Interesting. So they're both weak to lightning, so you know who's coming back. Pikachu EX or Tapu Koko. But not talking about weakness, this is actually a good combo. I mean, it kind of sucks that Ho-Oh doesn't really get his own design. He's literally designed to give Lugia a shot, because if they didn't design Ho-Oh this way, Lugia would just suck. I was thinking they could, in theory, added a rainbow energy. That idea of a rainbow energy, but you can only do it, you can only use it in like, I don't know, like turn 5 plus. Like after turn 5 you can use that energy. Or do a special condition where you can get the rainbow energy would be interesting, but they want you to run this guy in the active spot, take some damage. It's just energy acceleration. How we're gonna get energy, any way energy acceleration works, and this guy. You really, honestly, you could put these 2 in any deck. Honestly, like, actually, you put you just get you do Dialga, Ho-Oh, Lugia. Dialga 2 energy millimeter. You do gotta build up this. They both are 150. So Dialga, you give him the 2 energy. Let's say you run turn 2, right? 2 energy, you give it to Ho-Oh. 2 energy, he retreats. Then we get this Phoenix, and then we get this. It could work, but again, other ways that's much faster than having 3 EXs with 2 retreat costs would be more beneficial. But I can see it. I like Ho-Oh. I think this is a good design. My original assumptions for Lugia completely changed because of Ho-Oh. So if you get Lugia, you have to get Ho-Oh. Is essentially what you got to do. You have to get these 2. They want you to like open, like if you get Lugia, you have to get Ho-Oh. You don't have to get Lugia if you have Ho-Oh, but Ho-Oh is designed for Lugia. Interesting. Okay, I like this design. I like these designs. Okay. Interesting. Alright, let's go to Umbreon EX now. So we just had Eevee Grove, and pretty much I think, what is it, like so it's Umbreon and Espeon. We had Flareon, we had Sylveon as the EXs, we had Eevee as the EX, and then Glaceon and Leafeon are also EXs. So the only last two left for EX is Vaporeon and Jolteon. Huh. So they just keep spamming Eevee. So I mean, what can we expect? So all right, Umbreon EX Dark type, stage 2, 140 HP. You know, the standard kind of, you know, Weavile, you know, like typical stage 2s are typically 140, 150-ish HP. Weak to grass, that's fine. This is always the same. Alright, ability, Dark Chase. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active, you may switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon that has damage on it to active. So it's Osiris. That's what this is. This is what this is. This is Osiris. So they basically give Umbreon the Osiris ability. That's good. I don't hate it. I know a lot of people are gonna get pissed about this guy, but stage 2. I mean, the idea is that, like, oh, you're attacking them with, I don't know, EVX or anything, and let's say you give this guy the Dark type energy, 80 damage. They retreat. You just pop this ability, you get them back, 80 damage, 160. They're automatically dead. It's typical. Okay, just a standard, basic, nothing flashy about it. It is a stage 2, 140. Yeah, I don't hate it. I think it's pretty good. 2 retreat cost right here. Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I mean, 2 retreat costs. Yeah, Flareon. Sylveon just gets the love with 1 energy. Where's the other EXs? Where's Glaceon? Here we go. 1-1. Interesting. So 1-1. Anyone else? Huh. They all have 1 except for Flareon and I guess now Umbreon too. Yeah. But overall, yeah, Umbreon doesn't look too bad. I like it. I mean, having the Cyrus ability, it's gonna be pretty tough and pretty toxic. For really any of these guys, like the Dark type EXs. I mean, Darkrai. I don't know if he's still relevant. Weavile, 1 energy, 140. Guzzlord, I mean, you want to run him in Ultra Beast team. Alola Muck, that's a stage 2, or stage 1. So yeah, I don't hate Umbreon. I think Umbreon is pretty good. 2 energy, 80 damage, and having the Cyrus ability. Just a gimmick for the EVs. You can run 2 of those guys and then probably run 2 Sylveons. Yeah, the team can get pretty toxic. But yeah, okay. Nothing too bad. Alright, Espeon. Psychic type, 140. Weak to dark. So, I mean, this counters this. 2 energy. 1 retreat cost. So, okay. It's weird. It's consistent / inconsistent. 1 energy, 1 energy. 1 energy, 1 energy. 2 energy, 2 energy, but now 1 energy. Okay. Psychic healing. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may heal 30 damage for 1 of your Pokemon. Alright, just a healer. And Psych Shot 2 energy. So it's like essentially the same. If this Pokemon is in the active, you may heal for 1 of your Pokemon. It's just a standard, like, you know, like not using either a potion or a Nurse Joy. Just a free heal, just pretty much a free heal if you put Espeon in the active. I will say the Cyrus effect is just much more value. There's much more value in play. Like you're typically winning matches purely because of this. This, I mean, healing. You know, there's some cases where the heal like can save the match, but I would value the Umbreon more than the Espeon. But I would say this is still pretty good. Combining Espeon with Sylveon though, I mean, the card draw. You got the card draw here, and then you're getting the heal. But like, think about it. We have to consider the fact that like every other psychic type as well, right? So it's like Sylveon, Lunala could get, you know, do something. Giratina as well. You get to heal. Like the healing is good. I think the heal is good. I think it's like if you're forced to switch, like let's say they use a Sabrina on the Umbreon and they, you know, put the Espeon on the active, well, I can just heal the Umbreon. But there's also, you know, Leafeon and Glaceon. Leafeon is not as much used, not used as much, really. Just typically it's just for the grass type energy. But Glaceon here, damage checkup for the active, yeah. So there's some interesting stuff you can do with the Espeon. Definitely. I like both EV evolutions. I do like Umbreon more. I feel like Umbreon's gonna see more play than Espeon, but you know, 80 damage for a psychic type, 2 energy, and you can get pretty much a free heal. It's not, I don't hate it. Alright, Gyarados, I mean, the shiny Gyarados, I think, from what I know, the Gyarados we know, if we take a look here, these previous ones, when it comes to the shiny Pokemon, they typically have like the I think it's this one. They typically have like the normal version and then the Arcanine. Like this is a good example. Arcanine, there's a shiny, so it's like, think of it like Gyarados as the Arcanine, and then Arcanine EX gets the shiny. Also this gets the shiny. Also this gets the shiny. So it's like tied together. So like they showed this on the trailer. However, we don't expect that this is gonna come out as the shiny. So we are gonna see shiny Gyarados coming back soon. In terms of this guy, I mean, isn't this the same Gyarados that came out with Mythical Island? No, not this one. Or is this a new Gyarados? Huh, it's a new Gyarados because this one is 100, 100, 140, 140. So it is a new Gyarados. Huh. Huh, it is a new other Gyarados. Yeah, it's a new Gyarados. So are we getting a new Gyarados? Because I was thinking, oh, this must have been this guy. But this guy's doing Wild Swing, 2 energy. Okay. 130. Either we're getting the shiny one of this guy and maybe a potential EX, making him colorless, or Dragon type. Either way, it's pretty cool. I do think that this guy's getting, I do still think this guy's gonna get shiny version, but we'll see. Wild Swing, 20 plus. You may discard any number of your bench water Pokemon. This attack does 40 damage for each bench water Pokemon you discard. So if this guy's in the active, standard 20 damage. And there's 3, you only get up to 3. So if you discard all 3, 40, 40, 40, 120, 140 damage pretty much. Just a full on your team wipe 140 damage. I mean, let me see his retreat cost. Cost is it shown right here? Does his retreat cost show here? Yeah, 3. It's 3. 3 retreat cost. I mean, it is typical. Yeah, 4 for this guy, the 3 for the EX. 3 retreat costs for this, yeah. In a niche situation, like, I guess, like a good, like if you just want to mess around, like this is like your last guy standing, final stand, like you used, I don't know, like, cause before we used to use Gyarados EX. I don't know if he's still good up until now. I mean, I haven't seen him in a while. But this guy, I mean, this is me comparing him to the EXs, but like, how do I put this? It's like, typically when we see top decks, you're mostly seeing Espeon. Like, where is the last good, you know, water type Pokemon? Like you kind of see what I'm getting at. Giratina EX. I thought that said Greninja EX. That's coming soon. Yeah, you just don't see it. You just don't see it. Greninja. Yeah, like no, like before Gyarados and all that. You just don't see it anymore. So like water type, like at the end, who are you mostly using for your water type deck? This is a Glaceon. Back in the day, Starmie was just powerful. Poor Starmie. Work Trio. I would just say like probably like Palkia, Manaphy. And at the end, like if you want to use a Gyarados, like you can just put all the baby basic Pokemon into the field and just do one big whop damage, 140. But other than that, this guy, you're just not gonna see him. You're just not going to see this guy at all. He's cool. He's just cool to have, but like 3 energy, basically you're discarding your whole team here. It's he's okay. He's okay. All right. Let's look at the rest of these. Cleffa, 30 damage. Put a random. Oh. So you put this in the active. Typically, when it comes to these kind of cards, if this is their energy symbol, that means they don't need energy. 30 damage, 30 HP. Put a random Pokemon from your deck into your hand. I mean, random Pokemon, meaning it could be an EX, it could be a stage 2, or it could be a basic. So like, if you don't have one or the other, you just use a Cleffa, and you can get one of these guys. And it has 0 weakness and 0 retreat. Okay. And what's funny about this is that you can use this turn 1, because you don't need an energy. Like, he doesn't need an energy. So like, if you go like this guy, going first matters now because of this, and Pichu probably. Let me see. Pichu, 30 HP. Take this guy could work for Lugia. Or give it to Ho. Okay, they both have. Okay. So one side you can actually just get a random card, which I think it's more valuable. But this is energy acceleration though. This is energy acceleration. And what's funny about this is that this you can do this turn 1. Turn 2, like typically they will do cards like, hold on, let me see. It's dude, that's so funny. It's like typical like basic cards. They do like one energy. How often do you some of these have they need 2 energy to function? You see, Sprigatito, like Charmander. What about the EVEX? Hold on. EVEX, hold on. Hold on, let me see. I don't know why I saw B Barrel and my mind just blanked. I don't know why B Barrel is there. Let's go back. EVEX. 30 damage. So like if you're going first, then yeah, Eevee kills you. If you're going second, you get to draw a card. Well, either way, you still win. If you're going against an EVEX, I guess it could still work. Because other than that, like, who else are you using? Most people are going to use this Eevee, but just because of this. But again, this is a coin flip. Like, imagine you do it and then they flip heads and they don't do it. But I imagine people are just going to use EVX and they're going to just one shot just destroy either the Peach or the Cleffa. Cleffa's good. Putting a random Pokemon, it is random, but like the chances of you having Ho-Oh and Lugia on your hand, it's pretty good. And then Pichu, I think Pichu, this is very useful for Ho-Oh, because I was originally thinking Lugia, but Ho-Oh works. You want to do it for Ho-Oh, because Ho-Oh, no matter what, Ho-Oh is going to give the energy to Lugia. So it makes sense to give it to Ho-Oh. Just to give it a standard, like, okay. But yeah, I don't hate these babies. These baby Pokemon. Yeah, the no weakness or retreat cost. So like, if they don't attack, you could just retreat. Or just do it again. I don't know. That's so funny. Alright, Togepi. 60 HP, 70 weakness. During your opponent's next turn, this attack, this my son. Okay, so it's just good for Togekiss, which if I remember the Togekiss card, it's a 3-star. The Togekiss card. This one. It's faster, I guess. It's not terrible. One energy retreat cost. It's not terrible. 60 HP, minus 20 damage. I don't hate it. I don't really use Togepi, or I don't use this card at all. So, for those who would like to use this card, yeah, it's fine. It's a defending Pokemon, so it's fine. Alright, Togedile. I could just access it here. Totodile. 20 HP, 20 damage. So yeah, okay. I don't hate it. 60 HP, 20 damage for 1 water type energy, and 1 retreat cost. Seems pretty good. Let's hope Let's hope Feraligatr actually gets an EX. Let's hope that these guys gets an EX. From what I remember, these past couple of decks, a lot of the cards, like Primarina doesn't get an EX until EV Grove, but like both of these, like Incineroar and Decidueye, got an EX from Celestial Guardian, and we don't get a Primarina until EV Grove. Same thing goes with right here. We have Infernape EX, but we don't have Torterra nor Empoleon EX anywhere. So we have to keep that in mind, that while yes, it's treated the same. Yes, treated the same. They're all treated the same. That's what I'm thinking here. Yeah, treated the same. Let's just hope these guys are good. Let's just hope that these guys are good, and just don't. We just can't let our expectations get too high on the fact that, like, maybe potentially these guys might not be EXs, because they've done a trend in the past where, you know, Infernape, there's Infernape EX, but there's no I mean, why don't I just show it? There is an Infernape EX, but there is no Empoleon here, and there is no Torterra in here. However, we got Decidueye, we got Incineroar, and then when we go back, EV Grove. We don't get a Primarina until EV Grove, by the way, which is what we expect. I expected it to be in the extra dimensional crisis, but they pushed it back to EV Grove, which is pretty interesting. But we have the Alolan starter trio now, but we're still waiting for Torterra and Empoleon to get an EX. So Chikorita, Totodile, and Cyndaquil, they're all the same. There's nothing different between all three of them. That's good. That's really good. You can just go in 60 HP, give them 1 energy of their respective type, 20 damage, 1 retreat cost. I think that's pretty good. So let's look at these items. Lyra, trainer support. Switch your active Pokemon that has damage with your bench. Okay. So this is like a South Cyrus, I guess, where if I don't have a leaf, that can retreat me back. Okay, this is like, I guess we can treat this as a second leaf, I guess. It's basically leaf, but Cyrus. It's like a combination of leaf and Cyrus. Cyrus, like, again, the damage thing to the bench, but it's yours. And you kind of treat it as a leaf most of the time, because most of the time you're always going to have damage on you. So what they want you, it's like, oh, Ho-Oh was damaged, of course, because he's in the active. He already did his attack. Let's switch back. So like now you can use 2 leaves and 2 Lyras. It can work. It can work. This can work. I like it. It's not too bad. It's just a mixture, but it's like a mix between Cyrus and Leaf. Kind of giving you a second opportunity to switch back and forth, because originally when I was talking about how we're going to do this with the energy acceleration, like with, you know, since Ho needs colorless energy, I was thinking of Dialga. But, you know, that's 3 150 basic HP, 2 energy cost, you know, cards that you just need to cycle through. You only have 2 leaves. Lyra can work. You use the leaf on Dialga. Use the attack on Ho. They attack you. You use a Lyra to switch to Lugia, 180 damage. They attack you. They can attack you back, and then you can either Lyra or Leaf again back to Ho-Oh. Do the damage again, and then you can use a Lyra again. Go back. So yeah, you now have 4 options. Another two more cards to actually help you out. So that's good. This is a good card. All right, Silver. Your opponent reveals their hand. choose a supporter card you find in there and shuffle it into your opponent's deck. So it's basically the counter to this. Okay. Basically a counter to pretty much any pretty much supporter card. How do I do this? Yeah, supporter cards. So you use that. The most value. What is the most valuable supporter? I mean, red is good. This is good. Cyrus is so important. Cyrus is important. Leaf is so important. Misty is the biggest one out of here. Oh, it's Sabrina. Oh my gosh. So yeah, like silver is basically the counter of this. So like to counter, basically to give people a counter to literally this kind of idea set up between these two, Lyra and Leaf. You just use a silver, and hopefully they I find it funny because it's like you can do this, and then they draw a card. Then the next turn they draw a card, and it's the same card. There's a chance for that, but I think counterplay against what we currently have. It's not. I don't hate it. So it's not a bad card. And again, it's like anything in counter against, like, let's say like I'm running a grass type team, a Beedrill EX team, and I need an Erica, and I know I have an Erica next turn. Well, he can just use silver. I can't use Erica anymore. I can't heal, and I lose the match. Or I need a Dawn, or I need a Cyrus, and I win, and he just stalls the match. So it's good counterplay stuff. Alright, trainer card, rescue scarf. Alright, if the Pokemon this card is attached to it is knocked out by damage from an attack from the opponent's Pokemon, put it into your hand instead of your discard pile. Okay, this is pretty good. It's pretty much a Focus Sash, essentially. This is just a Focus Sash. If this Pokemon's attack is knocked out by like, we gotta remember this. So poison damage won't work. Bench damage, it won't work. Like, so Greninja still having his value here. But if you do get killed, again, like, I feel like it's a counter against, you know, the big damage 180. Or really, if you get sniped between these two, you give the scarf, put it into your hand instead of a discard pile. I mean, it's pretty good. I don't hate it. You typically would want to put this. Who would you give this to? You would give it to probably the basic Pokemon, or you can give this to. I know what it is. I think you give this to probably the Fossil, because Rampardos is just he's still crazy to this meta. So giving this to the Fossil, and then you put it back into your hand. It's such I don't know. It's a weird play. Again, counter, like, this is a counter and this is a counter. Pretty good. I mean, you can. It's strategic wise. This is really good. And the last card here, Element Switch. Okay. Item card. Move a fire, water, or electric type energy from one of your bench to your active. Alright, hold up. Fire, water, electric. My brain is telling me no. That's a stage 3. Moltres could work. Oh my gosh, you know what I think? You know who I'm thinking of? Let me double check with this. You know who I'm thinking of when I'm thinking about this, actually? Where is he? Am I drunk? Is he not in here? I'm thinking of bro. I'm thinking of this. This is who I have in my mind. Fire, water, or electric type energy. You put this guy in the back. Oh my. Oh my god. Actually, could this actually work? Could this actually work? You put this. If you put Ho in the active, put Lugia in the bench, put a Magnemite in the back. Oh my gosh! And then you evolve to Magneton, and then you just you use your ability, and then you use this guy. At that point, Ho has 2 energy, so we just need one more way for Ho to get energy. This this guy always finds a way to be relevant. I don't know. Am I tweaking, or is this just? I genuinely think this guy. This ability is just too crazy. I just love this ability. And this is the like honestly this is the only stage 2 Pokemon or stage 1 Pokemon who rare candy would be a negative on this guy. And I don't know if he's still relevant, but like he's gonna it's gonna be a comeback. There's a reason why they made this guy. I don't know. My brain was like, oh, this it has to be this. In other ways, like let's just think like an easy way to get fire type energy. Like other than Moltres, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Unless we go back, because right now, like, there really isn't any energy, like, you can move energy with Dawn, heal with water. This is specifically to Alola and Marowak and Turtonator. Oh, Penny would be interesting. They have to reveal more cards because there has to be more other way. This is insane. Purely because, you know, if you already have like energy on another card other than Ho-Oh, let's say like you started with like you're this like these 2 are gonna be your main guys, right? So who's gonna be in the rest of your team? Who's gonna be in the rest of your team? If we think about it, we could put Dialga in the team and do it that way. However, Dialga again, like the whole just Lyra, like it's just a lot of card expenses. Moltres. I mean, Moltres could be good, but again, another like another basic two energy EX card. I don't know. Let me. and then water. Oh, bro, my brain. Oh my god. Why was I forgetting about this guy? My brain literally clicked. Where is he? Guys, this guy's back too. This guy? Oh my, bro. This guy plus Pichu, you won. At that point, you won. Manaphy or Pichu. Manaphy, bro, you already. Oh my gosh, dude. You Manaphy, right? Oh my god, dude. I'm thinking of a scenario. This guy in the active. These two. This guy uses this. These two have their one water type energy. You use an X speed. Move him down. And then guess what you use? Oh my god. This and this. Move from the Manaphy. And then move, yeah. Because now he has water type energy. He has the energy from the Manaphy. And the Manaphy energy gets moved to here. And you move the energy from Lugia. And now Ho is ready to attack. And how long is that? That is, what is that, turn 2? So, turn 1, turn 1 you can't really do anything. Your first turn, like, as the second attacker, use this. Then on your second turn, you don EX Candy. And, like, you have to have 3 different cards. So you have to have the Don, you have to have the Element Switch, and then you have to have the, DX Speed. Because the EX Speed is very crucial. I'd say EX speed because the reason being the EX speed is because you don't want to use like a leaf, because you want to use the Dawn. Because the reason why you can use 2 of these, but I much it would still work. It would still work with using 2 of these, just like an instant fast instant. If you got 2 of these, but most of the time you're only gonna have 1 in the deck initially, or you might get lucky with that. But other than that, like, that's, I think, the quickest way, literally the quickest way to like instantly get the energy, boom, get out. Or you could just gamble. We all love gambling, right? Dude, imagine turn 2 Manaphy, but then you Misty the next turn. You Misty in that same turn, you Misty, and then you give it to Ho. And what is your opponent gonna do? So let me know what you guys think. I don't know. This could be an interesting release. All these cards seem pretty good. The one Gyarados is bad. I'm not seeing him play, but everyone else looks really good. I don't hate any card. I think the design choice between these two are good. I think it's pretty interesting, and let's hope and see what the additional cards are going to be released. Probably more tied to around these two. The evolutions looks pretty good. I do like Umbreon more than Espeon. The babies are crazy. These guys are pretty solid. Lyra's crazy. Silver's crazy. And these are pretty good items. This one being tied to this, I don't know. But at the same time, we will see. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, July 30th, 1 a.m. Wednesday. Yeah, it's on a Wednesday. Okay. Regardless, this is Bing signing off. See you in the next one.